Hello and welcome to the first Language Watch phonetic recap video. Today we'll be covering plosives. Now, if this is the first time you're hearing about phonetics, no need to worry. We'll be doing a quick introduction to that as well. When it comes to learning correct pronunciation, we must start with the English sounds. And while the English alphabet contains 26 letters, there are in fact 44 phonemes. A phoneme is basically the unit of sound. So while the letter is referred to by name, like the letter T, a phoneme would refer to the sound you're making when pronouncing that letter, like ta for the letter T. Now, the English sounds can be divided into three categories: consonants, vowels, and diphthongs. We'll be starting with the consonant sounds. It's what we call in Arabic al-harf al-sakin. The English consonants are divided into six families, but today we're only discussing the first of which is the plosives. The reason this one is called plosives is because there is a puff of air that accompanies the pronunciation of its letters. Basically, you restrict the airflow in your mouth using either your lips, your teeth, or your tongue, and then you let that air out suddenly, much like the sounds p and b. Repeat after me. P, p, b, b, t, t, d, d, k, k, g, g. Good job. Now the plosives, much like the rest of the sound families, are divided by voicing. So there is a group of voiced plosives and voiceless plosives. You guys might have already picked up on that because some sounds sound stronger than the others. So for instance, we have the sound p and the sound b right on the other side. Now the voiced sounds are the ones that give off a stronger vibration when you put your hands to your vocal cords. So go ahead and try. Put your hand on your vocal cord and know that the voiced sounds will give stronger vibrations while the voiceless sounds will either give a softer vibration or hardly any at all. So let's try the consonants one more time. Starting with the voiced sounds. Starts with b. If you look to the screen, you'll see the phoneme and what it looks like. B. Repeat after me. B. Put your hand to your neck. Good. B. Now let's go to its counterpart. P. P. See, there's a lot more air there than sound. And that's what makes it voiceless. Now the voiced ones will have more sound than air. Both of them will, however, have little explosions of air, but it's the strength of the sound that makes all the difference. Now let's put our hands to our necks one more time, to our throats, right there above the vocal cord, very, very softly, and feel the vibrations as you speak. Try to say something starting with the letter B. Now try it with your own example. See if you can spot the difference. Good. Now here's what we're going to do. Now moving forward, we'll be practicing the plosives through tongue twisters. The first sound we're going to be practicing is the p sound. And I know that you guys remember this one. It goes like, Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. A peck of pickled peppers Peter Piper picked. If Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers, where is the peck of pickled peppers that Peter Piper picked? Do you remember that one? Okay, so that tongue twister right there does not only help you work on your p sound, but also your k sound. So those are two very important voiceless sounds. Now I'm going to repeat the tongue twister and I'm going to leave room for you guys to repeat after me. But first, I would like to remind you why we're practicing these sounds through tongue twisters. The importance of a tongue twister is it helps you get a better hold on the language. It helps you work on your pronunciation, intonation, and articulation. It also helps you gain a little bit of fluency. Now, our goal is not to say these fast, but say them correctly at first. And then we can get to the point where we can say, Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers, a peck of pickled peppers that Peter Piper picked. If Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers, where's the peck of pickled peppers Peter Piper picked? I'm going to pause for applause. Haha, I'm kidding. Okay, so yeah, that one, if I would slow it down, you would hear that the sounds in it were pronounced correctly throughout. So now I'm going to start to say them, and you're going to repeat after me. Peter Piper. One more time. Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. Picked a peck of pickled peppers. Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. A peck of pickled peppers. Peter Piper picked. A peck of pickled peppers. Peter Piper picked. If Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers, one more time. If Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers, where is the peck? Where is the peck of pickled peppers Peter Piper picked? Where is the peck of pickled peppers Peter Piper picked? Good job. Now I want you to say it all in a row, the whole thing together, and I want you to record yourself. And then compare the recording that you made to what I'm about to say. So you can go ahead and pause right here and record yourself and come back. Did you finish it? Good job. Now listen to me and then listen to you. And try to notice if there's something that you said differently so you can repeat it. The tongue twister goes as this. Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. One more time. Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. A peck of pickled peppers Peter Piper picked. If Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers, where's the peck of pickled peppers Peter Piper picked? Now go ahead and listen to yours and see if you got it close. Good. Now we can move on to another tongue twister for another sound, but before we do, I would like to give you an assignment. I want you to record this once as clearly as possible, and then record it 3 times in a row. Say it 3 times in a row on the recording. And send me both recordings to our email, the.la.folder@gmail.com. One more time. I'm going to write it in the description below, and I would like you to send me the assignments on there. So, one more time. You're going to record this once as clearly as possible, and then you're going to try to say it with normal speed or good speed 3 times in a row in another recording. You will send both recordings to the.la.folder@gmail.com. Thank you in advance. I will be listening to it, and I will be sending you feedback. Now we move on to another sound in the Plosives family. And that one we actually don't quite struggle with, but we confuse it with a p sound. Now in our own mother tongue, we happen to have a similar sound, which is the b. So there is a difference between b and b. And this tongue twister will help you differentiate between the two. This one goes like Bobby Bippy bought a bat. Notice that Bippy has both the b and the p sounds. In order to say that correctly, you have to slow down a little bit in your transition between the b and the p. So I'm going to start over. Bobby Bippy bought a bat. Can you tell the difference when I'm saying Bippy? See, the first one is stronger, b, and then it goes to be softer, p. Remember? So it goes like this. Bobby Bippy bought a bat. Bobby Bippy bought a ball. With his bat, Bob banged the ball, banged it bump against the wall. But so boldly Bobby banged it that he burst his rubber ball. Boo! Cried Bobby. Bad luck ball. Bad luck Bobby, bad luck Ball. Now to drown his many troubles, Bobby Bippy's blowing bubbles. That's a very cheerful word there at the end, bubbles. Nobody can say it while frowning, I guess. Give it a try. Say bubbles. Oh, come on, you know you're laughing. Bubbles. Okay, so now I'm going to say the words in the tongue twister, and you're going to repeat after me. Bobby, Bobby, Bobby Bippy, Bobby Bippy, bought a bat. Bobby Bippy bought a bat. Bobby Bippy bought a ball. Bobby Bippy bought a ball. With his bat, Bob banged the ball. With his bat, Bob banged the ball. Banged it bump. Banged it bump. One more time. Banged. Bump. Banged it bump against the wall. Now I need you to focus on this one, against. Our mother tongue influence, if you'd remember from class, would make you stuff some vowels in there that don't really belong. So take your time and make sure that you're saying against, not against. Against. One more time. Against. Good job. Banged it bump against the wall. But so boldly Bobby banged it. But so boldly. But so boldly Bobby banged it that he burst his rubber ball. His rubber ball. Boo! cried Bobby. Bad luck, Ball. Bad luck, Bobby. Bad luck, Ball. Now to drown his many troubles. Now to drown his many troubles, Bobby Bippy's blowing bubbles. Bobby Bippy's blowing bubbles. Good job. Now try to say it all at once like this. Bobby Bippy bought a bat. Bobby Bippy bought a ball. With his bat, Bob banged the ball, banged it bump against the wall. But so boldly Bobby banged it that he burst his rubber ball. Boo! cried Bobby. Bad luck, Ball. Bad luck, Bobby. Bad luck, Ball. Now to drown his many troubles, Bobby Bippy is blowing bubbles. Remember to use your facial expressions while you're saying this. It will help you with the intonation, and therefore it will help the speech come through clearer. So, you can pause right here and record yourself while practicing, and then listen again, like we did with the first tongue twister. So go ahead and pause. Welcome back. Hopefully you practiced this enough. Now what I want you to do is, again, repeat this in one recording 3 times in good speed and once in a slower pace. Eventually, one day you will get to the point where you can say, Bobby Bippy bought a bat, Bobby Bippy bought a ball. With his bat, Bob banged the ball, banged the bump against the wall. But so boldly Bobby banged it that he burst his rubber ball. Boo! cried Bobby, bad luck, Ball, bad luck, Bobby, bad luck, Ball. Now to drown his many troubles, Bobby Bippy's blowing bubbles. Maybe not quite as like that. I made it sound a little bit sillier. But this whole thing should be fun. And it should be silly. And you should enjoy yourself. Because you're learning a new language and it's okay to have fun. You know, unlike what they told us in schools. So now I believe we're only left with a D sound. And that's an easy one. So here's the tongue twister for you that will help out. Dick had a dog. The dog dug. The dog dug deep. How deep did Dick's dog dig? Dick had a duck. The duck dived. The duck dived deep. How deep did Dick's duck dive? That one is a fun one. So it's like a story. So I'm going to say it and you can repeat it after me. And I'm going to only do it once because I believe that you guys already have the D sound down to the T. Dick had a dog. The dog dug. The dog dug deep. How deep did Dick's dog dig? Simple. This one was actually invented by a little boy who was 11 years old called Alexander Hunt. It's a very creative one. See, that's the thing. You can make up your own tongue twisters through little stories. So, as an assignment, I would like you to come up with a little story or a little tongue twister that combines all of the plosive sounds. All right? Until I see you next time in class and hear your voices over the email, I wish you all a good one.